So when I sat down to write this video, I was expecting to tune into the divine court when the divine himself showed up and said, Christine, take a memo. So just to let you know, this particular video is straight from the top, from the divine himself. And one of the things that he wanted to let you know is that with all the fear and uncertainty and doubt surrounding this election, he wanted me to literally scream from the mountaintops, also known as YouTube, that he is going to take care of everyone. Right now, people are scared. They're not happy about the current nominees. They're not happy about the choices. They're not feeling it for this person. They're not feeling it for that person. They are not extremely thrilled about the options presented to them right now. And that's okay, because that's going to change later. So what the divine is asking everyone to do right now is to pray, ask him for what you want, ask him for what you need, and trust that he is going to take care of all of us. Trust that our highest good will manifest. And one of the things the divine is asking you to do is to pay close attention to what's going on inside of you. Your heart, your mind, your soul, your gut. Turn inward, be meditative, because the best answers you get are when you're quiet and focused within. And what he's asking you to do is to get in touch with your own intuition. Because if you do get in touch with your own intuition, you will realize that the divine intent is for Bernie Sanders to be the next president of the United States. It's actually predestined, and the divine is going to intervene in order to make sure that happens. So that's why he's trying to allay your fears by letting you know, don't worry. Bernie Sanders is the truth and the light. You can put your faith and trust in him as a leader because he was handpicked by the divine, and the divine's going to make sure that he ends up being president. So in an attempt to make people feel better and to comfort them, he's asking people to trust him, number one, and trust your intuition, number two. What is your intuition telling you? That Bernie Sanders is everyone's highest good? Well, you're correct. So find solace in that. Number two, the divine is asking for our words and actions to match what our intuition is telling us. Are you keeping Bernie Sanders' name up in the air? Are you posting things about him on social media? Are you talking him up? Are you saying, I want this dude? Because what you're doing by speaking your truth when he's not the nominee is you are inviting criticism onto your path. People are going to throw their opinion on top of your truth. The problem is, the words coming out of your mouth are in direct alignment with divine intent. So the words coming out of your mouth with regards to Bernie Sanders are absolute truth. There's no questioning it. It just is. It's predestined, black and white. So this criticism is actually the dark trying to sabotage you. So that criticism, if that criticism works and it pushes you in a corner and it shuts you up because people are making fun of you and they're throwing mud onto your windshield, and as a result you shut up, congratulations, the dark just won. It succeeded in shutting you up. Not speaking your truth anymore. So the dark won. Doesn't matter if he's not the nominee. Doesn't matter who the current nominees are. What's the truth? Is the truth that you feel in your heart and soul that Bernie Sanders would be the best for us? He is. You're right. He becomes the nominee later because Hillary gets pushed aside for racketeering. And then Bernie slides in there and wins the game by a landslide, by the way. So one of the things the divine asked me to let you know is that he's watching. If you are speaking Bernie Sanders' name, you are speaking for the divine, right? You are speaking absolute truth for the divine. So the opinion being tossed on top of that absolute truth doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the truth itself. So I have news for you. When you are experiencing that criticism, the divine is sitting there with his pen and paper and he's taking notes. He's taking notes. Who's dealing with that criticism and who's charging right through it? Who's cutting right through the dark, right through the criticism and continuing to forge ahead and speak their truth and having faith and confidence in their intuition? Because I have news for you. When you have that kind of faith and confidence in your own intuition, you strengthen it. And you also strengthen your connection to the divine because you're learning self-love, because people are making fun of you. And so in order to fortify your soul, what are you doing? You're giving yourself love. And that is making you a closer energetic match to the God energy, because self-love is the highest virtue you can obtain. It is even above unconditional love for others. Because once you master the virtue of unconditional love for others, it has to be balanced with self-love after that. So another thing is, if you are charging through the criticism and continuing to speak your truth, it's basically the equivalent of saying, hey God, I love you. I love you. I'm going to take this criticism. I'm going to offer it up to you. And I'm going to keep charging forward because I know this is what you want. This is what I want. It's everybody's highest good. It's the collective good. So God is paying close attention. And again, he is saying that the truth just is. It's an absolute. So stand behind it, because the truth is the light. So in addition to that, the divine showed me something really interesting for this video that I was kind of shocked about. He showed me you guys continuing to support Bernie Sanders in the face of people telling you you're an idiot because he's not currently the nominee. And he showed me you guys taking, the criticism or whatever. Bam, Bernie becomes the nominee. And as soon as that happened, the divine showed me him lowering a wall, a separating wall, immediately after Bernie becomes the nominee. Separating out the people who believed when the chips were down, the people who had faith and confidence that the divine would take care of everybody, and the people who had faith and confidence in their own intuition and what they knew to be true in their heart and in their soul. So that wall separates you as having blind faith. And I can speak from tons and tons of personal experience. I need to not start crying here. I can speak from tons and tons of personal experience that blind faith is the equivalent of telling the divine that you love him. If you have blind faith in him, that is the equivalent of saying, I love you, God. So taking this criticism and speaking your truth before he's the nominee, cherries on the Pac-Man screen, divine reward, grace, blessings. You are owed grace by God. And then as soon as that wall comes down, all the people come rushing forward. Bernie, 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 Bernie. I knew it the entire time. Oh my God, I love you. I knew it the entire time. How easy is it to speak Bernie's name at that point? It is, because you're not delusional. He's the nominee. Duh. You didn't have to ignore circumstances. You don't have to ignore everything going on in front of your face. You're not opening yourself up to criticism. You're not being made fun of, because he's the nominee. So the divine is saying he is watching you right now, and he's taking notes on whether or not you have blind faith, and that it means a lot more now to speak Bernie's name. So just to let you know, that wall, that dividing line between him not being the nominee versus him being the nominee, just letting you know, brownie points, whatever. It's not like anything bad happens to these people. I'm just saying, divine reward. He's not showing me exactly what that is. Just keep saying divine reward. Another thing he wanted me to let you know. Hillary has aligned herself with falsities. Mr. Trump has aligned himself with falsities. So they have both aligned themselves with the dark, because falsities are the dark. Mr. Sanders has aligned himself with the truth, which is the light. So he's over here. So the divine is coming forward and saying, I don't want you to think that Bernie Sanders is political roadkill. He did not get run over and tossed aside. He is not political roadkill. And he's saying that he speaks of integrity and unity and democratic socialism, and morality, bringing people together. There is nothing soft about Bernie Sanders' platform. Let me repeat that. There is nothing soft about Bernie Sanders' platform, because he is 111% supported by the divine himself. So the divine specifically wanted me to come through and let you know there is nothing soft about that platform, because he is backed by the most powerful force in the universe, also known as God. So He wanted me to let you guys know that. I hope you find solace in this message. Keep speaking your truth. I know it's hard, but I'm here to support you with these videos. If anyone looks delusional, it's me, because I also talk to the dead. Woohoo! And they also want Bernie Sanders for president, so it's all good, babe. See, we're all on the same page, baby. No worries. Anyway, so I hope this video helped you. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Go Bernie.